All right. Hey, this is On the Sevens with Pyphrius B. Metatron. I am Pyphrius B. Metatron, your hostess with the mostest. And today is a good damn day to be me. What? Wait a minute. You know what? Every day is a good damn day to be me. Now, I want each and every one of y'all that's on here live on Zoom, live on Facebook, live on the Sevens with Pyphrius B. Metatron's internet radio station, and or watching this on a replay. Just repeat to yourself. You don't have to unmute yourself. We don't want Homie the Clown scene to break out here again. But just repeat with me to yourself. Today is a good damn day to be me. Every day is a good damn day to be me. Be that, believe it, see it, be it, live it, acknowledge it, and demand it from others. Demand that every day is a good day to be you from others. Demand it in your demeanor, demand it in your manners, demand it in the ways and means of how you go and come in your life. Be authentically you, unapologetically. I mean that, y'all. Be authentically you each and every day, unapologetically, because I damn sure am me. Authentically me, unapologetically, each and every day. So right now we want to take a moment and pause and give a collective energy blast to our sister Vanda. She did contact me and she is feeling better, but I know she is still dealing with that. So right now we're going to take a little pause and send her all the positive outcome energy, all the optimal health energy, all the complete comfort energy, and all of the peace of mind energy that you can summons up from the soul core level. All right. Vanda, we love you and we miss you. Your presence is always welcome and always needed and always encouraged. Get well soon, honey bunch, and get back here. We miss you. All right. So today we're going to get into the planes of expression. I believe there are 7 planes of expression. Today, we're going to only deal with 4 of them because I am still doing some very, very technical in-depth research into where the numbers fall for the other 3 planes that normal numerology doesn't define, but mastered self numerology does define all 7. So that will be an addition on a later date. But we are going to talk about the 4 planes of expression that really impact our lives and really deal with our makeup. We've talked about our soul's journey, and we've talked about our soul's urges and our soul's energy, and we've learned about our name, and we've learned some things. Some things we knew and some things we may not have known. More of it is some things that we knew that we didn't know nobody else knew and had never seen it before anywhere until here. that is the mission and the goal of Mastered Self Numerology, is to leave no stone unturned and to shine a light in every dark corner. That's our mission at Master Self Numerology. So today we are going to, this is going to be a very, very short class, because I need us to figure our planes, and it's going to take you a minute to figure your plane. It's easy, but it'll still take you a minute to do it. And yeah, it's gonna, this part of the lesson is gonna take a while, the planes of expression, because it's so complex. We think, how many of us on these calls think that there couldn't be possibly anything more in numerology that you could find out about yourself, and that this has been an eye-opener and already much, and there couldn't be possibly more? Anybody think that? I'm sure somebody.
I can't. Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead, Sharon. Go ahead.
I can't imagine you being any more up in our business than you already were. So I can't imagine. So I'm curious to find out more.
Well, Sharon, guess what? I'm going to get even more up in our businesses, because the planes of expression, they really, really, once you get an understanding of your planes of expression, numbers on the various planes, it will start to, it will put everything into perspective about you and about your life, your whole life. You will see your patterns. You will begin to see why you're greater at this than that. And yeah, the planes of expression really, really open up the plethora of the self-knowledge. And it really, really shows each and every one of us just exactly how we get down on these 4 levels: physical, mental, emotional, and intuitive. There's also intellectual, financial, and interpersonal. So I'm working on those to get to where the numbers fall in those. But for the purposes of today, we're dealing with the 4 planes of expression. A balanced and calm mentality and way of being are valuable commodities, especially right now. I grew up and I did my physical work and making of my name in a different time. It is so, the time and the system and the economy and all of what I grew up in seems like it's a ancient memory. Seems like there ought to be a museum with a plaque somewhere that says, oh yeah, this was the 70s and the 80s. And it should be like in somewhere in posterity, because the time is so different. Society is different now, and the things that were acceptable and not acceptable in 70s, 80s. Woo, yeah, it's couldn't have told us in the 70s and 80s some of the shit that is going on. You couldn't have told us back in the 70s that 38 states would have some way, shape, or form of legalized weed. Could not have told us that back in the 70s. Couldn't have told us back in the 70s or 80s that the movement for certain marginalized groups would be front and center and pushing towards way past tolerance and to acceptability. This is no more, it's no longer about tolerance. It's about, this is it, sugar britches, and you either accept it or not, but that's what it is. So a balanced and calm mentality, attitude, composure, whatever noun you want to throw in there, that's fine. And a balanced and calm mentality, attitude, and way of being, like your vibe, man, your vibration, your just the way that you are. If it's balanced and calm, that's valuable, man. That's like money nowadays. um I peruse various independent news outlets, and some of the news that I read and become exposed to, some of it is just bone chilling. Some of the things that, I truly am a student of the depravity of man, and even some of the shit I've seen recently has begun to tell me, okay, I've seen enough of that. I'm cool. I'm cool. So being balanced, being calm mentally, uh, um, uh, yeah, and just your overall manner and overall way is very valuable, man. It gets you in so many great opportunities, great situations, great associations, great endeavors. Especially now with all of the uncertainty, and you got one side that's screaming, and then you got another side that's screaming, and everybody in between is screaming. Nobody is hearing anybody right now. So if you're balanced and if you're calm, and that's your natural way, that is very valuable and very attractive right now. Any comments about that? Anybody want to comment, chime in on balanced and calm mentality and way of being? No? Jolene, nothing? I would imagine you would have something to say. Hey, David, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that was right on time for me. That's something I'm starting to become more aware of is, moments when I'm quick to anger, trying to understand the root of it. What is it reminding me of, or what is it taking me back to? And that's a lot of work right there, man.
Oh man, and I deal with it on a daily basis. Each day I get better and better at it, David. And thank you for adding that. I appreciate that. Each day I get better and better at it, man. Yet there is always one thing every day that tipped me over, and next thing you know, I'm cussing, and I can feel my temperature going up, my breathing gets crazy, and I really literally have to sit down and check myself and be like, bro, what are you doing? Bruh, just chill out. It's okay. And then I have to remind myself, look at your life, man. Look at your life. What do you have? What possibly do you have to complain about? Look at your life. Yes, Jolene.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm still at work, and I had a client, so I left my phone on the other office, and I was in the other office, and I'm just coming back. So now I'm getting ready to leave. Sorry, I'll go back on off. Hello, everybody.
Hey, thank you for checking in. We missed
Hey,
you.
Jolene.
You know that. So yeah, man. Yeah, I get that, man. And it has, I had to go back. I had a return to the womb experience back in 2016, bro. And I had to go back in the womb and reconnect with my soul when it connected with the physical, and let some things off the hook, let my mother off the hook for how she did when she was carrying me. And then from there, I was able to get to little Mark and my inner child, and I was able to reconcile with him and let him know it wasn't his damn fault, and them folks did the best they could with what they had. Once I was able to do that, man, I found that I wasn't so angry all the damn time, man. I found out I wasn't so angry all the time, and I began to, the boil that I was turned to a simmer, and then the simmer turned to barely a steam, and then now I don't even have a steam. However, you know, I got a button on there that says keep warm in case of emergency. Yeah, I do have one of those, but it's no longer the boil, man. No longer the boil, and I'm finding I have less and less of those over the top, angry, triggered outbursts. The more that I stay mindful about this. So thanks for adding that, David. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Sharon.
How long did that process take you? I know you weren't keeping track, but how long did that take you to have that reconciliation with yourself?
After the womb experience, it took me 3 attempts before I successfully got back to my mama's womb. But then after that, it took 2 88-day periods. Yeah. It took 6 months. A good 6 months, maybe even longer than that. It did. Because, you know, y'all probably like me on this call, man. You know, I told a fantastical story about my childhood, man. Oh, it was great, and and it was like I was at an amusement park, and blah, 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 and that was a damn lie. It was like, now I didn't have this totally crushed and bad childhood, but I had some fucked up shit that happened to me as a kid. And I had to push it down. I had to act like it didn't happen for a long time, man. And that makes you angry, and that, you know, that you getting bothered and getting touched and getting cussed out and all of that, you know, getting verbally abused and physically abused and sexually abused and all them abuses and being neglected and all of that, man. Abandonment issues, rejection issues, you know, all those little bitty growing up and other developmental issues that we went through as kids. And it's a bunch of us as adults that's just walking around full of that toxic shit that we still carry from childhood and from the playground when we was in school, getting beat up by the bully or getting chased by the girl or whatever it was, whatever trauma it was. I don't care what anybody say. If you was called down to the principal's office, even to get an award, you didn't know what it was. That's traumatic until you get there. Mm-hmm. It's traumatic, man. It's traumatic. Mm-hmm. It's traumatic. So yeah, it took a good 6 months. It took 2 separate 88-day sessions. Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You know, can I share a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we know, I'm gonna close my door. We know trauma stays in the body system. So what I have been recently talking about, because I completed a training with the EMDR, but one thing, the EMDR, there's the eye movement, which is helpful, really helpful. But one of the things that they do is tapping, and tapping just reminded me on how much power we can have with our body system.
Yeah.
So I have been saying to my body for a while, for a couple of years now, thank you to my body, my physical body, for holding all of that pain for me, for being there for me, for holding it. Yeah. And now start having the conversation.
Yeah, unmute yourself, honey. You muted.
He is.
Yeah.
It's in the body, but the body doesn't realize that the threat is not there anymore, but it's still in your body system. So if you come up with a plan to appreciating all those times when the body was holding it for you and protecting, that, I mean, I'm telling you, that is a life release for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that would be helpful.
It brings so much liberty and freedom and bliss to you. And then you really start to look at life differently when you go through that process, the one that she's talking about and the one that I just talked about as well. All of those burdens and all those weights and all of that, it's just like immediately, it's like gone, man. It's gone. And your perspective on life, and the direction that you are going, it has to change once you do that. Once you get rid of everything that is holding you back, everything, then you can go and chart your course and be who you absolutely know you are to be. Thank you for that, Jolene. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
How you operate and vibrate on a daily basis makes all the difference in how your soul's journey plays out. Y'all get me on that one? Y'all understand what I mean when I say that? How you operate and vibrate. So if you are operating and vibrating high side and doing everything according to the universal law and all of that, then on a daily basis, then that's going to make the difference in your soul journey. And your soul journey is going to be one of a high side daily soul journey. If you is low side vibrating and low side operating and doing them shenanigans, then that's how your soul journey is going to go. Our thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, become our things. It's as simple as that. I mean, our thoughts, look around wherever you are right now. It doesn't matter where you're at, wherever you are right now, look around and everything that you can see right now, you thought of that. You created that. Your thoughts create this. Our thoughts become things. So if we are bombarding ourselves with negativity, that's what we get. If we bombard ourselves with doubt, that's what we get. If you bombard yourself with affirmations of positivity, guess what? That's what comes. What you think about, you get, and you are. You are who you think you are. That makes sense? You are, everybody is exactly who they desire to be. If they are not, they have the power to change that. I am exactly who I desire to be. Everybody is exactly who you desire to be at each and every given moment. Each and every given moment. At any moment, if you do not desire to be that again, you have the power to change. Starts with you. Change you, change your environment. Change your perspective, change your thoughts. Change your thoughts, you change your reality. Anybody wonder why all of us could be on the corner, on the street corner, and we see a wreck, and there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different perspectives. Same wreck. Each of us will tell it a little bit different because each one of us will see it from a different perspective. How you operate and vibrate on a daily basis makes all the difference in how your soul journey plays out. Folks can believe or not believe. I believe in karma. And I tell folks, if they want some funk or if it gets funky, I wish you the karma you deserve. I don't have to cuss nobody out. I just tell you, I wish you the karma that you have coming to you. Folks get mad when you tell them something like that. They'd rather you cuss them out. What goes around comes around. And the Bible was right about one thing, this one thing at least. You reap but the fuck you sow. You sow bad seeds, you're going to get bad fruit. You sow good seeds, you get good fruit. You have bad intentions, get bad results. Good intentions, good results. One of my favorite sayings, I wish I'd have thought of it, but I use it regular. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. How you operate and vibrate on a daily basis makes all the difference in how your soul's journey plays out. Any comments, any questions about that?
I agree.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Jolene. Thank you. All right. Your given birth name tells your entire story. I talked to the astrologer and I think astrology, I think Western astrology is about 65, 70% as far as a good read for the person. I do believe that Western astrology has a lot of folks screwed up because they're not even the sun sign that Western astrology says. I believe other versions of astrology are a little bit more, maybe 75% for the person. Numerology is all up in your kitchen. You can't hide from numerology. You can't hide from your name. Cannot. Your name, your given birth name tells your entire story. Yes, Sharon.
I know you wouldn't know this for sure, but would you say that somehow we're energetically choosing our own names at birth?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, how you think that mama know? How you think she knew to name me Mark Edward Pyle? I was sending her that because I needed that 66 to get to here. And I needed those threes, and I knew what my soul journey was because of the soul contract. So I needed, yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we pick our parents. At least the portal, we pick the portal. I know that's controversial. I know, woo, and we'll get to that in another show. But yes, we pick. Yeah.
I have to comment on that.
Please do.
I now understand exactly why I chose my mom now.
Mm-hmm.
Like now I get it, because before, like I couldn't understand like why she didn't teach me nothing, why she was so hands off. But what that afforded me was like a very neutral experience getting here. Like no biases whatsoever. I had fresh eyes. Like she didn't put anything into me. No, nothing negative, nothing positive.
Right.
It was just like, I'm here to raise you. That's pretty much it. And then you out.
Then you on your own. Yeah, absolutely. That was similar to mine. You know, my mother, I believe, you know, part of me coming through the portal was the beginning of some physical things for her, and she wasn't able to do any really of the mothering things until I got a little older. She had stroke and hemorrhage, brain hemorrhage, and yeah, she was incapacitated for a long time. And my grandmother and grandfather, they were old. So, you know, they was coming at me with the 1940s Jim Crow, watch out for Jim Crow shit. And I was just like, whoa, wait. They don't kill, I said, I used to tell my grandmother, they don't kill black people like that anymore. She was like, yes, they do. She's right. But that too is another show too. But yes. I too was able to explore and go where I needed to go and look for what I needed to look and research what I needed to research without them putting any restrictions on me. Hell, I was the smartest one in my house. with my mama, my grandmother, and grandfather. They look, something come in the mail, they bringing it to me. Boy, read this to us. What does it mean? So yeah, that was I come out doing that. So I believe that too. Thanks for sharing that, Sharon. I really appreciate that. All right. Your given birth name tells your entire story, everything about you. Everything about you. Everything about you. Let me say it one more time. Everything about you. Your likes and your dislikes. You know, those things that nobody told you. Nobody told me I would love crab in my name. Seafood, yeah. Your likes and dislikes, your appetites. I'm talking all appetites, addictions are in there, and your aspirations, your goals, the desires, the things that you want to do, your proclivities, which means things that you just naturally slanted to do, even if you thought you could stop, you can't. Propensities, some things that you are just more apt to fall into. Everything about you. Everything about you. Everything about you are all encoded in your given name at birth. There's a cosmic spiritual code in everybody's name, in your name, that once you unlock it, there's no limit on you. There's no limit. Once you, another part of the mission of Master Self Numerology is to help you unlock that code so that you become limitless. You become boundless. You become sovereign wherever you are. I'm sovereign. I don't care about the law. I'm sovereign. And I will obey the speed limit, their recommendation. I will, because I don't want to pay a ticket. That's why I do it. I don't do it because they make me. It's just my choice, because I'd rather not pay a ticket for exceeding their suggestion. But that's all it is to me, is a suggestion. I'm not bound by it. It's a suggestion. Because I've unlocked the cosmic code of Mark Edward Powell. I've also unlocked the cosmic code of Pythias B. Metatron. So I'm no longer bound by limits. I know exactly where Mark Edward Pyle can go with Pythias B. Metatron on his back like a coat. Yep, I know exactly where we're going. So that means I'm free and I'm sovereign now. And that's what I want to do for everybody on these calls. I want to give you that type of sovereignty, that type of freedom. Then you can get yourself out of the matrix, out of 3D, out of the mundane, and call your own shot. Any comments? All right. The 4 planes of expression will unlock the code in your given name at birth and show you the status, alignment, and grounding of your physical, mental, emotional, and intuitive planes. Intuitive, spiritual. You will find out so much more about how you truly are at the soul core level and be able to begin to understand fully everything about yourself. It really, this really is the part of mastered self numerology that really, really goes to the heart of self mastery. That's what mastered self is. I just flipped them because everybody's doing self mastery. If I did mastered self, hey, I'm different. Hey, because if you type in self mastery, mine still shows up because they're both the same. But that is the key. The key is equipping everybody with what I know about this so that you can just take every good, proper step that's in alignment so there's no wasted steps, no wasted motion, no wasted anything. No more doubt, no more questions. I have a quiet assurance that whatever step I take, yeah, there's going to be some ground underneath. I don't worry about it. Even if it's over a cliff that there is nothing. I know by the time my foot breaks the plane of that ground, there will be a step there. And there'll be another one when I step out again. That's a quiet assurance. That's only after you unlock the code in your name. Any comments? Any questions? All right, I'm gonna give folks a chance to get their pencil. As I go, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Like I said, it's gonna be a short class today, but it's still looking like a regular time. All right, we are essentially mind, body, heart, and soul. Right? For the four major components, mind, body, heart, and soul. All of these work together to make each of us unique and are the vehicles for how we express our every thought, action, word, and deed. So here are the definitions for the planes of physical, which represents our bodies. Mental represents our minds. Emotional represents our emotions. And intuitive, it represents our soul or our spirit. So write this down. This is what you're going to need to be able to figure each one of them. So for the physical plane, and we all still remember that AJS equals 1, BK2 equals 2, CLU equals 3, DMV equals 4, DMV equals 4, ENW is 5, FOX is 6, PGY is 7, HQZ is 8, and INR is 9. So write that down. That's your little key. So when you start to figure your planes of expression for the physical plane, all 4s and 5s in your name. So write out your full given birth name, and above each letter, write the number. Like for Mark, M would be 4, A1, R9, K2. Edward, 5, E is 5, D is 4. Yeah, all the way across. So all of the 4s, count all of the 4s and 5s. Count how many 4s, how many 5s you have come to a number. Put that in the physical plane. In the mental plane, all of the 1s and 8s in your name, only in your name. go in the mental plane. Hey, Victorious, you have something you want to add?
I do. So I want to make sure I'm doing this right.
Mhm.
So in the physical plane, I have 3 E's and 1 N. So that would be 5, 5, 5, and then 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. It would be you have 3 E's and a N. You
Yes.
said. So that's 4. So
Okay, so I just add the numbers.
it's just how many of these numbers do you have? Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to make sure. So E-E-E-N, that's 4 letters.
That's 4, right.
And then for the mental plane, I
For
have
the mental
4 letters.
plane, in all 1s and 8s.
Okay, got it.
For the mental plane.
Got
For
it.
the
Okay.
for the emotional plane, all 2s, 3s, and 6s are assigned to the emotional plane, and the intuitive plane, all 7s and 9s are assigned to the intuitive plane. Yes, Victorious.
No. I'm sorry. I was just muting my mic.
Oh, okay.
I do have a question. So what's really interesting is that I kind of went back over this, and for the longest, I thought I had the emotional plane number of a 7. Turns out it's an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The numbers 4 and 5. 4 is a worker, a builder, has a good sense of form, is economical and practical. The number 5, not as practical, but is curious about life and many things. That's why I put 4s and 5s in the physical. Numbers 1 and 8 are placed in the mental. 1 has strong will and determination, even touches of imagination, and is based on mental facts. The number 8 represents the power of the mind, logical deduction, efficiency, and control of both the practical and the emotional. That's why I put 1s and 8s in the mental capacity. The numbers 2, 3s, and 6s are an emotional plane, for they represent the heart of mankind, feeling, imagination, and sensitive response to human emotion direct their affairs. That's why I put those in the emotional. And the numbers 7 and 9 are intuitive. The 7 deals with analysis and technical facts and deals into the hidden and unknown and uses inner guidance to gain its goal. The 9 is not influenced by reason or sentiment. It is abstract, impressionable, deeply sensitive, and imaginative, but from a higher plane than simple emotion. It is capable of touching the heart of the universe. So that's why I put the 7s and 9s in the intuitive. When we move on into this lesson, we will break down the next lesson. We're going to break down the meanings of the planes of expression. Then we'll get into how to read the totals. So I need to explain what each of these are and how they relate to the makeup of us because of our name. And then once I get everybody with an understanding of that, then we will go into how to read them and what those numbers signify. However, again, you already know that the numbers never change and the numbers never lie. So what we know about a number is going to be the same on any plane. Any plane. However, there are some intricacies on the physical, mental, emotional, and intuitive that you guys will need to know, and I will break those open for you beginning with the next lesson. Anybody got anything, any comments, anything they would like to add to today's class? Anybody? All right. Well, if nobody has anything they would like to add, then this has been On the Sevens with Pythias B. Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. We do go through the 88 steps into your mastered self. And I guarantee you, if you keep On the Sevens with Pythias B. Metatron as a part of your soul's journey, I guarantee you along the way, your mastered self awaits you. I love and appreciate each and every one of you that is here today and here every day. And I am never saying goodbye forever. I am always just saying goodbye for now. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all on Saturday. Goodbye.
Thank you, Mark. Peace, everyone.
Have a good evening.
Hey.
Hey.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.